Shout out to Amari Richards, man, the college hunks, man, had their truck hijacked at the end of one day. They left the keys in it. College hunks is a moving company. Amari Richards is the owner in it. Famous University of Miami wide receiver. Had the truck stole, but the guy was caught, arrested, man. I think he was trying to take a truck and somebody's furniture. That's a lick, man. Shout out to Dade County Police, bro.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. One of them boys still boating in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get cake and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of fakes, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Belle Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like depend on what come across that water. Welcome to South. I was born in the South, raised in the South.
Shouts out to my mom, man. She was able to write her first book called Silent No More. I'm very happy. You know, she sold over 200 copies so far on hand, not including what was sold online. The link will definitely be in the description for you guys to purchase. I think it's $20. I can't tell you about the book. I'm not in the book, so don't ask me.
You ain't in there?
No, I'm not in the book. It's about her life. It's about her life.
And you ain't part of her life, huh?
No, it's her personal life, her personal journey. She got another book written about her kids, and I told her I'm taking her to court for that one. Reminder: every Wednesday we do a space at 7:30. You don't gotta keep texting me or tweeting me and trying to ask. It's every Wednesday at 7:30.
All right, man. Finally, Miami gets a wide open offense. A guy from Mummy, Hoverson, Tree, Air Raid background. Shannon Dawson, man. Fans have been yelling. We got to get the offense that opens the ball, that goes downfield, get our playmakers the ball. Well, Lashley gave us a little look into it his last year. You know what I'm saying? I think the end of his last year when TBD got hot. Mario Harris, Shannon Dawson from Houston, Air Raid guy. And we're going to talk about some variations that he's done and he's involved into. But they're finna toss the ball around, right, X?
Yeah, he's going to throw the ball. Each year he's offensive coordinator, he has a quarterback that's over 3,500 yards passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time we had 3,500 yards passing was, I don't even remember, maybe Brad Kaya, but he definitely gonna throw the ball up and down the field, and then he does run it too, balances it out.
Yeah, I mean, explosive offense, get the ball down the field, but throughout the years, him and Hogerson kind of evolved into running the ball a little more, and you see in 2021, I think they had a guy, McCaskill, as a freshman, actually rushed the ball, I think over 1,000 yards or something like that. But it all goes back to what do you have? Because we always look at things like, oh, he throw the ball around all the time. The running backs, the offensive linemen we recruited. What we're gonna do with that? Well, coaches look at what they have, and then they use it. You're at Houston, you're recruiting in the 70s, 60s, right? You're recruiting in the 70s and 60s. So you're not recruiting top offensive linemen.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not recruiting top, you know what I'm saying, top running backs. So if you're recruiting in the 70s, 60s, you have to use what you have. And now you give him an offensive line, you give him maybe a better running back. He's an offensive coordinator. He's a coach. So he's going to take that and implement it into what he knows.
And you give him an experienced quarterback
Right.
TBD's just going to be his 4th year in college, 3 years on the field.
Right.
So he has the ability to say, well, at least I know I've watched TBD. He could do some of the things I want him to do.
Right.
So that's the trust factor where you don't have to worry too much. Okay, I know TBD. He can throw the ball down the field. So that's a good thing for him being offensive coordinator.
You think this plays in the TBD hand?
Yes. Because TBD like to throw the ball down the field. It's usually when he catches the ball, his first sight is downfield.
Right.
So if Dawson's like the big play capability, TBD can do it. Like that's probably something that TBD is going to be great at.
You seen TBD throw the ball downfield a lot?
With Lashley, yeah.
Oh, he threw the ball down the field more with Lashley.
Yeah.
No, I think last year was an experiment with TBD, and we saw that, holy crap, man, TBD may not be able to do everything. But one thing we know is he can get the ball out of his hand really fast. And if he have a guy he can go to, he can make it work. I think it works in TBD favor also. How do you think they got Mario, bro, to go this route? Or you think go ahead.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know how it got, because Mario is Mario. Mario is kind of stubborn, but I think the fact that the trajectory of college football has changed a long time ago,
right?
And you don't want to stay the same. You almost already battling to get equal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? With football facility, recruiting, coaching, all that stuff. So you got to say, well, what can we do to speed the process up?
Mm-hmm.
Do it on the field,
right?
Which is with the today's modern offense,
right? So
I think that's probably something Mario say, hey, okay, let's do this.
Yeah. All his offenses in the past, man, ranked pretty high. Average 35 points per game for 2 years, man. 428 yards for 2 years. I mean, all his offense has been up there.
Top 16.
Yeah, top 16. Will it take time? Will it take time, though? Will it take time for TBD? I mean, not even for TBD, but will it take time to get the thing going? A year, 2 years, for him actually to get it going?
I don't think it take time because the offense is similar, not too much different from last year's offense.
Mm-hmm.
So TBD probably most likely is going to be very familiar with the playbook.
Right.
As I said yesterday, I think the most important position now is the receiver coach.
Why you say that?
Basically teaching the receivers how to get off the line at the proper timing so TBD could get on the ball.
Right.
So I think the receiver coach is going to be very key into this offense.
You think he bring one with him?
I don't know because it's different. It's different coaching receivers at Houston and recruiting. We know Mario want a recruiter too.
Right.
So I don't know how that's going to work as far as him bringing the receiver coach.
Last 2 years, man, they was ranked in the top 16, average 36 points. And this is going to favor the playmakers, the slot guys, right? They're going to throw the screen passes, get players in space, and once they get them in space, give them space to run.
Yeah.
What players on the team, bro? Who's going to benefit from this?
Xavier Restrepo being in the slot, he's going to be able to work the slot very good.
Mm-hmm.
Bashad, freshman Ray, Robbie, those guys will benefit as far as jet screens, catching screen passes in the backfield and getting up the field. And then the one guy who probably going to benefit the most is probably going to be either Kobe Young or I was going to say maybe Jacoby George.
Jacoby George? Why Jacoby George?
Because I think he's the one receiver we know outside of Restrepo that could get open.
Okay.
As good as Kobe Young did last year, it wasn't that he was open every play. It was just he was getting the ball thrown to him. He was 6'5".
Right.
So I think, either he's going to be Young or George is going to get the bulk of the passes.
Yeah. When he's had some elite wide receivers, he had Tavon Austin back at West Virginia with Geno Smith. Remember what that offense did? He had Nathaniel Dale, caught over 100 passes, I think 2 years in a row, something like that. And it's not the fact that they target one wide receiver. I just think if you have that guy, it's like he make it simple. Like, listen, we got the guy, get him the ball, because he had over 100 catches. Everybody else had between 30 and 40.
The next closest one was 41, yeah.
Right.
But like you said, if he's that guy, why stop it? I mean,
no, it's something that seems obvious, but a lot of coaches don't execute all the time. But it seemed like the obvious thing, right? It seems like, yeah, man, I got a guy, unstoppable guy. Give him the ball.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing because he's reliable. You might have another guy who you throwing the ball to, he's not running the right route or he's dropping passes, but hey, it's 3rd and 7. I know I got somebody to throw the ball to.
Right.
So that's something. That's a factor in the game.
TBD last year, right? Is this last year? You got one more.
He's going to be a redshirt junior on the field, so he has 2 years if he wants to come back. He has 2 years if
you want to come back? How does somebody like Jakari Brown fare in an offense like this?
He fares pretty good because in Dawson's offense last year, the quarterback was the leading rusher for the team.
Well, there you go. Yeah, because I think what they were saying is that his offense went from a traditional air raid to like you said, 60-40. They kind of inserted some of what Malzahn do with the running, and Malzahn was Cam Newton, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Jakari Brown, we know, was just working really, really hard. We've seen the strides he made, period, to fit into Gaddis' offense, whatever, from the day one to what he is now. So by the time he get the ball in his hand, this offense will fit what he does.
Yeah, I think just an example. If Jakari Brown is behind TBD the whole year and he comes back next year and he's the guy. With the more experienced offensive line, and as they continue to recruit, you can just say, well, hey, Jakari Brown is probably going to be that guy to get us to close to where we need to be.
Does Jakari have to play this year in order to show incoming recruits that, hey, man, we ain't just finna run the ball with Jakari, he gonna throw the ball around a little bit?
No.
No?
He don't have to play this year.
The offense just have to look.
Yeah,
TBD got to make the offense look good.
If the offense looks good, just TBD go out there 3,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. Paris, Cheney, probably 800 yards apiece. Young or George or Restrepo, 800, 900 yards. Tight end probably 500. That's intriguing.
Yeah. Right. Geno Smith tweets out Miami got a good one or something of that sort. Geno Smith, we don't see him talk a lot, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, Geno Smith don't talk. He don't talk at all.
See, but he came out to say that. You know what I'm saying? He came out to say Miami got a good one. Geno Smith, what a lot of people don't understand, yes, he may have a tan, right? He's a black guy. Geno Smith, when he left South Florida, we looked at him as a passing quarterback. Like from back then, one of the few that was like, hey, listen, this guy's throwing the ball.
I don't want nothing to do with running.
Yeah, this guy's throwing the ball. If he may scramble for 5 yards on the third down if he have to, but he was pass first, which a lot of people don't know. They look at black quarterbacks a lot of times and just think dual. Right. They just think dual threat. Now Geno got it done in the pocket. And he thinks really highly of this guy. He said Miami got a good one. Anything else you think like anybody else benefit from this?
I think the O-line benefit too. Just look, when last year here, the O-line didn't play great. They played decent and good sometimes. By basically getting the ball out the quarterback hand a lot faster than just saying, let me drop back 5 steps and hold it.
Right.
I think those days are over. So I think it benefits the offensive line a lot to say, you at the 2.5, 3 second mark where they only got a block.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anything past that, it's like, come on, man, you got defensive ends who running 4-2s out here, man.
Right.
You can't block them all day, so I think it benefits the offensive line too a lot.
TBD excel in his offense, man. He gets some of his NFL draft.
If he excels in his offense, he definitely started getting the buzz back about being drafted. I don't know if it's first round, but he's definitely getting.
If you're a creator and you want to get into media, FOOTBALLVILLE is looking for talent. You could be anywhere across the nation. Send us a DM, show us what you could do. We're looking for creators, man. FOOTBALLVILLE, we out here. Dawson had a running back, Alton McCaskill, as a freshman, man. Rushed for 189 attempts, almost 1,000 yards, 960 yards. He was 6'1", 6 foot 215. Who on Miami roster you think will benefit from this offense at running back position?
From the size you're saying, and the style, it's Javonte Citizen. He's what, 6'1", 220.
Yeah.
Obviously Mark Fletcher, he's the biggest one of them all. He's 6'2", 225, but he hasn't got there yet. And Chaney got to be like 215, maybe 220.
Right. Right. Or 6 foot maybe.
I mean, we could give him 6 foot, but 5'11", 6 foot,
right.
Something like that. So those are the guys that benefit in the offense a lot.
How are we looking at running back position, man?
Banged up still, like trying to see who's going to be healthy for the season.
What we got? We got Parrish. We didn't even mention
Citizen. Chaney. And then you're gonna have Johnson and Fletcher coming. I mean, unless you want to add the walk-on guys.
Fletcher and who?
And Chris Johnson.
Okay, Chris Johnson.
When he gets the weight up, if he's in his offense, he's going to benefit a lot.
Chris, why you say?
Because of his speed. They're going to use him out the backfield a lot.
Right. As I was seeing that sometimes they run 2 running backs and put them both split out. Like it's just all about finding the mismatch and finding how we can get your defense in a position where you got the wrong guy out there.
Yeah. And with his speed, it's almost the wrong guy, whoever, because he's fast.
Bobby Washington, like, even though these guys are freshmen and they may or may not get on the field, what is Robbie Washington? Where does Robbie fit?
Robbie, I mean, you could Tavon Austin. You can just look at that guy when he was at West Virginia. That's Robbie Washington.
So Tavon is Robbie. So
Tavon is Robbie and Ray, to be honest.
I was just about to say, I mean, what's the difference? You think Ray?
No, it's really no difference. I think Ray is the better route runner, obviously.
Right.
So you would rather say, I'm gonna run Ray in better routes.
Right.
But if I get the ball and say, let me just do some jet screens and get the ball into the backfield with him, I'm gonna get
Robbie did in high school.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Robbie.
We see like Robbie did in high school a lot, quite jet screens or wide receiver stay homes or whatever you want to call them. Robbie did a lot of that in high school. The tempo, how fast we talking about going?
Not as fast as Lashley offense went, but maybe another 5 seconds before you say hi.
Yeah.
So Lashley offense was trying to do 10 to 15. So
right.
Let's say, man, from maybe 15 to 20. And that's not slow, it's not fast, but it still keeps the defense on the field.
Right. My take on it is this: you talk about running the ball and we're going to go air raid and the running backs may suffer. First of all, the offense has evolved. They run the ball a lot. It's like 60-40 or something like that now. 65-30 or something like that. But my thing is if you have a talented back, right, and he's in an offense where the wide receivers are the focus. We've seen talented backs take advantage of that in numerous situations. And if the defense is wide open and your back and your offensive line are decent, you should be able to do something. But
I mean, just look at Ohio State offense. It's not a heavy run offense, but they always have a back with 1,200, 1,300 yards each year.
Right. So how is it not a heavy run offense?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that when they're running the ball, they're getting yards.
Right.
And in Dawson's offense, he's the running back's averaging 5 yards a carry. So 5 yards a carry is good.
Right. Yeah.
Getting 5 yards a carry 9 times out of 10, man. You're getting multiple first downs. You're getting closer to the end zone.
Yeah.
So again, like you say, 60-40 just depends on how much the offense scores.
Yeah.
Like, just imagine, the offense, if the offense averaged 35 points a game and the defense could hold somebody to under 20 points a game.
Right.
You're going to run the ball in the fourth quarter.
Right. Right. I tell you this, when Lashley first got here, the players were all excited about how easy the offense was. And we've heard certain things that one color got everybody in position and things of that nature. I think that was kind of the genius of Lashley and what he created. Will we hear the same thing with this? Because I'm hearing that Shannon is more detailed.
Yeah, he's more detailed.
Yeah,
he's
right.
More detailed.
So
he's more detailed to where in Lashley offense, it's about getting the ball to guys in open space. And then, that's it. In Dawson's offense, it's about getting guys the ball in open space,
right,
where they could continue running in open space. Yards after catch, which is what we call yak.
Yeah,
that's his thing. To me, if I'm a player, that's more exciting to just catching the 10-yard pass and getting tackled.
Right. Kevin Smith is gone. Gaddis gone. No wide receiver coach. No running back coach. Does he bring these guys with him, bro?
I don't know. Running back coach, maybe. I don't know about the receiver thing.
What does he need to bring with him to get this damn offense installed, dog? What does he need to bring with him to help him get this thing installed?
Some of his analysts.
Yeah.
Some of his analysts with him. And them the guys who coaches need to bring. Not, let me bring a wide receiver coach with me.
Not a guy on the field.
Bring because the analyst is going to be out there on the field in practices.
Right. So he just need to get some guys in as analysts. Who did Lashley bring? Lashley brought an O-line guy?
He brought an O-line coach. He brought the wide receiver coach with him.
It was weird. Like when Lashley got here, we saw Lashley take over the way they practice. He took over the tempo of practice, it seemed as if, because of, I didn't realize that when the offense starts practicing fast like that, everybody had to practice fast.
Everybody got to practice
fast. Right. And I realized the impact that he had when he came on the whole entire, the way University of Miami practiced. The offensive side was his. Manny didn't touch it. He didn't go over there. He didn't say peep. I think this will be a different scenario with Mario.
Well, Mario's going to be on each scene. Mario's on each scene. He's not just letting the offense do what they do. He's not going to let the defense do what they do. He's on each scene.
Right.
But now the tempo with Mario was a lot. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was a lot faster as far as when they doing the plays, but the way they practice was a lot faster. That was something that we didn't see with Diaz. They didn't practice fast at all. It was like, man, yeah, still in the same drill for 30 minutes. What's going on?
So listen, that's the offensive side of the ball. Kevin Steele goes to Alabama out the blue. We heard, hey, Kevin Steele may be getting looked at Alabama, and boom, he was gone. Charlie Strong out the door, linebacker coach. Mario moves fast and hires a Lance Guidry out of Marshall, a guy that we've heard Mario's been trying to get for 10, 11 years. He tried to get him at FIU, tried to get him at Oregon. A guy that's been kind of sitting in the wings, in the back.
In G5 competition.
Right. Kind of derailed by some off-field stuff, DUI he had back in the days. Some other personal stuff with his son. And he kind of never went to that next level. But it seems like everybody you talk to speaks very highly of him on and off the field. We talk about his coaches. There's a lot of coaches out there. There's some guys that get the opportunity and some guys that don't. this is a situation where Miami's giving a guy an opportunity that it seems like deserved it a long time ago. He comes in with an aggressive, decent defense. What type of defense is he about to run, X?
Oh man, he has a defense. You want me to give you the coverages, or you want me to give you like the style?
What is it? 3-4, 2-5, 6-8, 2-6. You know how y'all do that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know
Okay, so basically what it is his go-to defense is. I mean, if you really want to be logical about it, it's like a 2-3-6. I guess you know what
See,
it
there
is.
we go. These numbers. We find so many different ways to say 11. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy because he'll have 2 down linemen and he'll have the 2 defensive ends or the outside guys standing up. So normally
2 down linemen, he do that often?
That's his go-to. That's the defense that brings all the pressure.
Yeah. Looking at my Tesla trades, man. so 2 down linemen. How many linebackers we talking about?
2.
Yeah. And the rest?
The
Hybrids?
rest be DBs, yeah, hybrids, yeah.
Yeah. So 2 down linemen. Have we seen this before? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, you see colleges. Most colleges do 3-3-5. But what he's doing is saying, I'm gonna have 2 down linemen, two interior guys. I'm gonna have a defensive end, and then I'm gonna have a edge rusher guy who can also cover.
So those 2 down linemen, Mesidor, Taylor?
Taylor. Yeah, it'd be.
Will they get a chance to make plays?
Yeah.
How?
Because for one, when you do that, now he could blitz. He could send blitzes from out the blue. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said you got the edge rush who could cover.
Right.
That guy could go and cover, and you can have 2 cornerbacks blitzing off that side of the field.
Right.
Now the old line is like, we got to go out wide. We can't double team one of those guys.
Oh, okay, so you're because I'm thinking in my mind you got 5-on-2. Somebody finna get mauled, but you're saying the old lineman got to be more.
Yeah, they got to be paying attention because the blitz is coming.
Right.
So if they just saying, we just gonna double team these guys, us 4 against them 2, and then the other one to block that guy, and then the blitz coming from the other side, who's blocking those 2?
So it's kind of like chaos. I tell you this, doing the research, man, I heard it was very exciting to watch. I've seen some people say watching Marshall's defense was more exciting to watch than watching Marshall's offense.
In the offense, yeah.
Now, in order to do that, right, we're talking about extravagant, installing a bunch of different, or we're talking about this could be done in a simple way.
Nah, it ain't gonna be simple. Luckily, we have 2 guys who IQ of football can help. We got James and Cam back there. Those guys are gonna have to help everybody get in position.
Yeah.
Because it's not a complicated defense, but you definitely have to be in the right spot. If you're not, you get burnt.
Is this when we're gonna see James come down and Markeith Williams get on the field?
Yeah, we're probably gonna see a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of that, yeah.
Benefit James or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's probably what he's going to do in the NFL. He's probably not just going to be a natural safety, just because of how big he is.
Yeah.
Not saying he can't, but NFLs want to utilize their players the best way they can. So this definitely going to benefit him.
This seems like it may take some time to install and get used to and be able to play fast in it, bro. This don't seem like some first year. We got it.
No, I mean, not really, because remember when Diaz first got here as DC, the defense played fast immediately.
Right.
The defense ain't gonna be that easy, but it's a lot easier to catch on defensively than offensively.
Who do you think this benefits? Who do you think maybe it may not benefit? Linebackers got to be fast, slow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who does this benefit? Personnel-wise.
Benefit. It's probably going to be hard to say who it benefits. I think what it is it's going to basically show you who really about that life.
What you mean?
Like, Leonard Taylor, Mesidor, you guys are about that life. Now it's time to show it.
Why? Because they're not gonna get taken out of the game every 3 plays. What?
Yeah, that and then, you know, sometimes you might do get double teamed. You know, because you bring in chaos from all over positions, so you might do get double teamed. But how you gonna make your plays?
Right.
Let's see if you about that life.
You like the defense?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love the way he could get into that cover 1 and cover 3, and like fool the offense. That's good.
We heard his initial interaction. We knew right away he got right down to it, calling the players that aren't here. Got in touch with them, the recruits that are coming in, and the initial reaction from the guys that interacted with him early was that really cool guy. And one thing that we heard was that one of the reasons they took him is because he's from Louisiana, and he was going to be able to relate to the kids. And that's one thing that I think is not stated enough. Knowing who's on your roster, and finding coaches that could talk to them, that understand where they come from, and can coach their skill set. I realized that just because a guy got a UM logo on his chest, we've had guys here that didn't respect South Florida kids, their minds, the way they are, the things that they do well, because they maybe they see football another way. They come from another place. Football isn't equal everywhere. It isn't the same everywhere, and you have to be open-minded into what you're walking into. A South Florida kid may be more boisterous. He may have more to say. He may be more vocal. He may have more to say when you say something to him. But also, they play with energy. They play with that stuff right there. Get them going. And him being able to relate to the kids, man, was one of the reasons they took him.
Yeah, I like the I'm more impressed with the defensive hire than the offensive hire.
Yeah.
Because as you said, he can relate to the kids. And the word you said earlier, chaos. That's what we need defensively.
You think so?
Definitely need it. You're just not gonna win games if your defense is not good. You know, so and the defense wasn't as bad last year, but they just wasn't creating chaos.
Right.
Chaos meaning 15 tackles for loss, 4 sacks a game, 3 turnovers per game. That's chaos.
And I think that's what the kind of kids we recruit, I think that's what fuels them. Especially the kids that are on the roster. A lot of kids that are on the roster. I think that's football played down here for the ones that are from down here or from Florida, which we know we have a lot of kids from. I think it fuels them, and I think that may be a perfect fit. Reaction from the fans, it's weird. His name gets announced, and everybody like, "Hey Siri, who's Shannon Dawson?" But he's bringing the pedigree that everybody cried about. How do you get Joseph Atiyah Trader? How do you get Jeremiah Smith? How do you get these guys in the fold?
Bring something that those guys want.
Everybody wanted this, right? But because of the name, ain't like a bam. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't the Brett Harline or the big top names that everybody been throwing out.
Right.
But you bring in somebody who does exactly what y'all been crying for.
Yeah. So man, it took some time, and this guy has been available. But it's here. The defense, but it's weird because the offensive coordinator field, defensive coordinator field, then the running back coach league, and we still got a couple open slots, right?
Then we get the linebacker coach who comes in, Derek Nicholas.
Right.
He comes in, good linebacker coach.
Where's he from?
He's from Florida.
Yeah?
Yeah, he played at Florida State. I don't even know why I mentioned that, but he played at Florida State. Led them in tackle, was an all-conference guy. Decent linebacker coach, you know, so definitely going to keep the linebacker thing going with the linebacker recruits we got.
Right. Doesn't seem like the whole switching things around, getting DVD on the field. Doesn't seem like that seemed to be Mario in his top like what he's trying to accomplish right now, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not this year. Because I thought they would allow Coach Lance to be just coach the linebackers and then add another DB coach.
Right.
Which they didn't. So they brought in a linebacker coach, and then Coach Lance is just the defensive coordinator.
All right, listen, if you want to become a villain, man, if you want to get more of this type of information and extra information about, like if you was wondering what Extra Sam about to say on the live the other night that he didn't give to everybody, if you want to be a part of the group me, the private group me, which never stops, right there where the subscribers are, the logo at, you can hit right there and go to the main page, become a villain, or it's in the description. All right, man, if your ass ain't became a villain by now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're doing, man. Top videos and top interviews and behind the membership of the villains, information all day long, more access to me, X, Twan, Kyle, all the guys you see talking on there. Just more information if you want, if you need more information in your life, you've been looking for more information. So I mean, I'm not sure what you're waiting on because today's price ain't yesterday's price. Yesterday's price. Yeah,
Yesterday's price is not today's.
You know prices change, and prices about to change on that thing. So get locked in, man. Become a villain.